send the link. Oh, right, we're gone. Hey everyone, Lash and Luke here with Sid again. I'm back to do another Yu-Gi-Oh video, but before we start, I'm just gonna send the link over to Facebook to you, Sid, and we'll get started in a bit.
You can share it to people and be like, "Hey, we're cool talking about Yu-Gi-Oh."
Yeah. So let me just sort all of that out. All right, so it should be on there on your in your Facebook Messenger. I will send it over on Discord so that people can come and join us. Let me just
get this party on.
All right, gone live on YouTube. And one last thing before we start. Sorry, it's taking a little bit of time here, as always with things with me.
It's fine. It's me. Yeah, it was my fault.
Yeah, I suppose we should say like exactly how we got into Yu-Gi-Oh. So I first got into Yu-Gi-Oh when I was like a teenager, like back when I was 13, because I distinctly remember. I don't know if you remember this, Sid, Up on the Roof on CITV.
Yes, that's literally how I got into it too.
Oh, yes! So you remember, so we go into, so you remember the advert that came on where it went, Fireball Attack! It's time to do you remember that advert?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is exactly.
So good.
I was just like, one action-packed series, 5 episodes back-to-back, the Up on the Roof special edition Yu-Gi-Oh! Insert how many days to go. I was just like, what was that?
So good.
So yeah, so we got into it basically the same way. And fun fact, the guy who presented Up on the Roof, I sent him a message on Facebook. He got back to me on that.
No.
He doesn't do like TV percent anymore. He does something else. But it was nice that he actually responded to me on Facebook.
That's so cool.
I know.
That's so cool.
I'll have to send you the link to his Facebook at some point.
Oh, I can't remember. I roughly remember what he looks like.
Jamie Rickers, like Knickers, but with an R.
Yeah.
That's literally how he describes it.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
So
good show.
So yeah, just gonna send messages to people, and then we can probably get started.
Yes, cool.
So there we go. So today we've got few duels from Yu-Gi-Oh, from Battle City and Duelist Kingdom, where we could just talk about them and just how ridiculous they were at times, but also when they were awesome, they were awesome.
They were.
So I think the first one that we can start off with is Joey versus Mai. Now, from Duelist Kingdom, when Mai uses the ESP. I distinctly remember this duel because it was like the first duel that Joey, quote unquote, won on his own.
Yeah. Oh, Joey! Don't you talk crap about Joey? He's the best.
Come on, Joey's deck was awful in Duelist Kingdom. Come on,
I mean, yes, it was.
But then again, this is Duelist Kingdom where the rules were completely out of the window at times.
Yeah, it was literally nothing like the actual game.
Yeah, we have the field power bonus. Why? We just have it. And flying monsters have an advantage over land-based monsters. This is not Pokemon. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! And also, Felser's Dragon gonna destroy all 3 of our harpies at once. But you can only destroy 1 harpy. I don't care.
Screw the rules. I have money.
Screw the rules. Oh, we're getting Kyber's first duel after this one as well. So, in terms of this duel, what can you remember most about it?
I remember Mai just being sassy.
Yeah.
It was a good duel. It was. I don't remember it as well as some of the other ones that we're going to talk about.
All right.
This was the first one with Mai, wasn't it? So it's like
the first one with Mai on screen.
Yeah, this one basically started Joey and Mai's like relationship. Like,
yeah, even though
that was sweet.
Yeah, even though she's obviously meant to be like nearing her 30s and he's still a teenager.
Well, I mean, now you've made it creepy, but yeah. Sure.
Come on, I had to bring that up.
I mean,
But-
you know how they drop. Like we talked about Inoue last time.
Oh,
Inoue
yeah,
is like
good
what 13 looks like a 25-year-old
Good
because
point.
Japan.
Japan. But yeah, I just want to read these comments here. Blazing Boy. Hello, Luke, my boy. Hiya, Blazing Boy. Joy
Hey,
versus
he's
Fire
back.
was
Yeah.
above mid at best. So you're saying below average? Yeah, I could put it in that. It's just the ridiculousness of the Duelist Kingdom duels at times. But
yeah.
in terms of the actual, I do love how it's kind of like sets up, like you said, sets up Joey and Mai's relationship.
Yeah. I'd say it's kind of below average or
below average.
Yeah, is it below average for that one?
Now, here's an iconic one. The only one where it's funny because you have Exodia in the background of the opening for like God only knows how long, and yet he's only using this one duel with Yugi.
Yeah, because his cards got thrown overboard.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Episode.
It didn't need to be. That literally did not need to happen because if you think about it, you have to draw all 5 pieces of Exodia to use it properly anyway.
See, now I've not played Yu-Gi-Oh since like college uni time. I'm more into Magic the Gathering, and in Magic the Gathering there are cards like tutors and lots of things that allow you to draw and filter through cards. So in a game, say if Exodia existed in Magic, it would be super easy to get the
but
5 parts together. I don't know what it's like in Yu-Gi-Oh now.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. The only difference is that back then it was kind of, especially with Yugi's deck, this is Yugi's deck we're talking about, it wasn't built to support getting out Exodia. So that's really...
Then why have it? It's a
It
stupid concept then.
Yeah, it was stupid for Yugi's... I think it was like, oh, we need a way for Yugi to beat Kyber. Let's give him a card that automatically makes it win. Even though you need all 5 pieces to have it, and then it's like, okay, how do we stop him having this Deus Ex Machina all the time? Oh, we're just gonna make it so that someone throws it over the water, but does he really need to? No, we're just gonna make it throw it over the water.
Well, he's got an automatic win condition. Yes, it's near impossible to pull it off, especially considering his deck is not designed to actively pull it off, which doesn't make sense, but it's fine. It wasn't following the rules of the game at the time. It was just like, hey, look at this cool flashy anime about this card game. Hey, you can buy this card game.
Obliterate!
Yeah, it was fine for the time kind of thing, but it's like, it made sense that they threw it overboard because it's then he had to rely on, I need to like really work on my deck to make it powerful now because my massive trump card is gone. So that's a nice character bit. It's also, massively heights up how much of a dick Weevil Underwood was.
Yeah,
now you don't have your cards.
Now you don't have your cards. And I just sound like a bug myself.
Yeah.
But this duel itself, I would definitely put it in average. It's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but it sets the stage for the rest of the series, like with Kyber and Yugi's relationship.
Oh, I would have put it in actually good.
Really?
Yes, because it's freaking iconic. The level of memes that have come for it, like you said, it set it up. It sets up the rivalry, and it's just the whole like it. The heart of the cards, man.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll let you have that one.
It's so good.
Okay. All right. So it's going in actually good. Yeah, I can see that. Like, you've made your point. But now here's one with an obvious meme: destroy the moon. Yugi versus Mako. Oh my! This has to be one of the most. So bad it's funny duels ever. That's why I put so bad it's funny as one of the categories, because it really is. It's just, I'm gonna hide my creatures under the sea so that none of your creatures can attack them, but they can still attack the water either way. And then, I know, I'll destroy the moon to get rid of the tide. And I'm just thinking that, like, are you trying to be? Was Yugi trying to be General Shao from Avatar? Like, I'm going to destroy the moon, get rid of all the water.
It was Yeah, it was so bad. It's funny. It's just so stupid.
The only reason why I wouldn't put it in average and why it's higher is just because it has a sentimental moment with Mako in the sense that he's dueling for his father in the same way he's not dueling to be a prick basically. He does have his reasons for it, even though his father was thrown overboard, which is another way of saying he's dead.
Yeah, but it's the 4 kids stuff.
It's the 4 kids though.
No one dies.
Also, as well, you know the thing. I'm not a freaky fish guy.
No.
From Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, when it's like Mako's a freaky fish guy.
I have not watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged.
You've not watched Yugi? Oh my god! You have to.
I know.
Watch
I'm a terrible person.
Okay. I did not know until I went back and rewatched the episode recently that he does actually say, "I am not a freaky fish guy" in the actual episode.
Okay.
That is an actual thing from the episode. So I'm like, but yeah, the duel itself so bad it's funny.
Yeah, no, so bad it's funny.
Yeah. Now, Yugi versus Pegasus on the TV.
That was good. That was intense.
Yeah, I liked
intense.
that. It was creative. I'll give it that. It was a creative way to to establish the stakes of like, this is a shadow duel. This is a shadow duel.
There's actual magic and sorcery going on here. It's not just a children's card game.
Yeah, and it's and also as well, it's giving an exposition for the Millennium items in a really creative way, and the actual origins of Duel Monsters itself.
Yeah, I really that was a good.
And of course, it leads to the biggest thing in the series at that point, the soul stealing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like Pegasus is just an awesome villain. I love him. He was so good.
Yeah, he was. Even though his plan made no sense whatsoever. Well, guess it kind of did, from a certain point of view. I'm going to collect all the Millennium items, even though I don't know where half of them are, to use Kyber Corp's virtual technology to bring my wife back from the dead.
I mean, like, he knows they're items of insane power.
Yeah,
but I mean, he doesn't
know where half of them are. Like,
this is the start of his journey.
I know, but actually, no, it isn't, because this is like years after he gets the Millennium Eye, isn't it?
Hey, he loves his wife so much he's willing to resurrect her from the dead. He's not moved on or anything, so it's a case of like his love for her is so strong it goes beyond death. He will wait until he can. Like, he's got long, sick gains. He will sort this plan out and get his wife back.
Yeah. Okay, so where would you want to put it?
Actually good or creative?
I'm going to put it in creative because the only thing that knocks it down is that Pegasus did end up cheating with that, because literally it was on a timer and he spent half the duel talking.
True, but like, even his Millennium Eye is also cheating, technically.
Yeah, cheating as well. So I definitely put it in creative. It's certainly a creative duel. So
yeah, it was good.
Now, Yugi versus Weevil. Oh,
I remember. Hold on. It's a pretty big one, because doesn't he have the massive bug queen? He's just constantly laying eggs, which are buffing his queen.
No, that's Joey. That's Joey versus Weevil.
That was it. Okay, in which case I cannot remember this one.
This is the one where it's like where Weevil basically does the ultimate cheating move, because it's like I've got this cocoon of evolution. It's going to take 5 turns for the Great Moth to come out. Oh, it only takes 4 turns now.
Why did it only take 4 turns?
Because this was Weevil's explanation. He's still strong enough to hatch, basically.
Oh yeah, because he stopped it, and then it was like, actually, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Which was just a way to say, like, we want Yugi to face this creature. Okay, let's just make it like it takes 4 turns, not 5 turns.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's meh, Duel. I agree. I just want to. Would you? I just want to answer this comment from Blazing Boy. Will you do a tier list of fights when you're caught up to Black Clover? Maybe. But the thing is, the fights of Black Clover, they haven't really been like, oh my, this is absolutely amazing, like you are, man, because I know you're the biggest Black Clover fanboy ever.
I've not watched it, so
it's all. I've read it. It's from what I've read. It's pretty good. It's definitely a enjoyable read. But like he said with Dr. Stone, it's like he doesn't like Dr. Stone as much as Black Clover. I'm kind of the reverse.
Yeah, that's fair. Everyone likes what they like. So
yeah. So yeah, that's all. Maybe we'll see. So yeah, now this is one I actually will put it actually good right off the bat. Joey versus Bandit Keith.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, hold on, the Bandit Keith versus Pegasus was better. That was in a flashback.
That was only one flashback, but no, this one I just love it for the fact that Joey. It's just like a great development moment for Joey because here's the thing, I did not expect Joey to win this one. I thought Bandit Keith was going to get away with it, but no, he actually legitimately won. And he won on his own.
Joey's the underdog.
Yeah, he is the underdog, and
he's technically he should be the main character because he's the underdog that has like a crappy deck because he's like poor and he's not very bright, but he still manages to pull it off, and he's got that passion for his friends. Whereas Yugi, I guess arguably the same situation, but he's obviously king of games and has a Millennium item.
Well, the debate there for a long time is Yugi the actual king of games, or is it really the Pharaoh that's the actual king of games?
I mean, technically, he's a sort of reincarnation of him, so the answer is yes.
But yeah, but with this draw, I like it because it's like Bandit Keith is clearly cheating. Everyone knows he's cheating. Pegasus knows he's cheating, but either way, Joey still comes out on top, proving that cheating never gets you anywhere. And then, of course, we've got the moment where Bandit Keith's like, I'm not going to go down without a fight. I'm going to point my finger at Pegasus, demanding the prize money, which we all know what that is. It's the invisible gun.
Yes, the invisible guns.
Yeah.
Four kids.
But yeah, I would definitely put it actually good because it's like it's like you don't expect Joey to be the one to actually come out on top here, but oh my, he actually does.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Joey deserves everything. He's a good egg.
Yeah, and there is a duel coming up. Where is it? I have it on here. Do I have it on here? Do I? Did I? I'm just trying to see here. Did I?
You whittled down the listing a bit. So
I'm just trying to think. Did I actually put it in? I can't see it. The Joey versus Merrick one.
No.
Oh my! I was meant to put it in.
It's too late now. No takesies backsies.
Oh. All right. Well,
that'll be an honourable mention at the end.
No, we'll do it. We'll do it when we get to Yugi versus Merrick. Okay, we'll talk about it when we get to Yugi versus Merrick. I'm sorry, people. I wanted to have that duel on. I forgot to put it on. How could I forget Joey versus Merrick? Oh well. Anyway, Joey versus Bones Zombie Boy.
Oh, that was good.
That was good, except for the inconsistencies that went about.
This is Duelist Kingdom, so we can kind of ignore all inconsistencies because it was Duelist Kingdom.
Yeah, fair enough. But again, my magic card, Call of the Haunted, it's a trap card. This trap card is called Stop Defense. It's a spell card.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah.
But again, Again, it's one of those duels where it's like Joey legitimately again wins on his own without Yugi's help. except at the end when he tells him like, "Oh, you've got sword and shield, shield and sword in your deck."
I just realised, like, pretty much most of these are Joey.
Yeah, I've just
Like,
realised that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights.
Oh
are
no,
all Joey.
no! It is there. It is there. I've seen it. I've spotted it.
Ah, sweet.
Joey,
Okay.
Joey versus next to Joey versus Mako. Okay, I've spotted it. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
We're good.
I didn't forget it. All right, but this one,
it was average, I'd say. It was your standard interesting duel back and forth and stuff.
Yeah,
but
standard duel run of the mill. Yeah.
I mean, the inconsistencies, I think we can overlook the inconsistencies because 1, 4 kids, 2, 4 kids, 3,
4 kids.
4 kids, and 4, not 4 kids, but because it was Duelist Kingdom.
Yeah, but because it was Duelist Kingdom, which had a lot of inconsistencies.
Yeah.
You want to know what I'm surprised? Of all the dubs from 4 Kids with Yugioh, I'm surprised there wasn't a card called the Hammer Gun. You remember the Hammer Gun from One Piece?
Yeah. Let's not. So that's for when we discuss One Piece next.
Yeah, and you want to know what's funny? There is an actual gun called Hammer. So there is a legitimate hammer gun out there.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't remember what game it's from. There's a gun that shoots swords. Guns that do everything nowadays.
Guns that do everything nowadays. But pretty standard average duel, but still enjoyable.
Yeah.
Now, Joey versus Esperoba.
Who the hell's Esperoba?
You know, the guy who was like the clown guy, the guy who had Jinzo originally.
Oh, and he takes Jinzo.
Make me one with the psychic universe. Oh wait, I've just got my brothers up there cheating.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh, I thought that was good. I like that one.
Yeah, the first. I've just realised it's the first duel from Battle City on this list.
Ah, so it's going to be. So this is the thing: is it an average duel because Battle City started being more like the card game, and it was actually a lot of one-upsmanships back and forth until there'd be a winner, and then lots of people cheating, but then getting caught out. So it's creative cheating. So does it go creative because they were cheating, or does it go in average because it was par for the course?
I would say average because it was par for the course. Yeah, I mean, Esperoba as a character wasn't really that memorable.
No, I to be honest, I can't remember this. I literally remembered when you said about the brothers cheating. I went, oh yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely put it average.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I remembered it as a duel. It's definitely average.
Yeah. Now this one, Joey versus Kyber, Duelist Kingdom, where they're using the Beyblade dual discs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember this one. Even though it was short, it was like half an episode. I remember it being like the one duel where it's like Joey's like, "I'm gonna prove myself to you, Kyber," and Kyber's like, "No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Fine. Put your money where your mouth is," and Kyber basically just curve stomps him.
Yeah, just absolutely destroys him.
Yeah, and then it leads to the running joke of Joey being a puppy dog, a scared little puppy dog. And one of my most funniest moments comes in the episode after the episode that has Joey versus Bones, where it's like it has that dream sequence where Joey is dressed as a dog suit and Kyber's like, "Bad dog, don't contradict your master. Don't contradict your master."
Yes.
But
yes.
I do like this duel, however short it was, because it does introduce the dual discs.
Yeah,
that become like the staple for the majority of Yu-Gi-Oh from that point on.
I'd say
I wouldn't put it in creative, so I put it in average because it is short. It is a short duel.
It introduces the cool new concept.
Yeah,
but let's face it, we all knew that Joey was going to get curb stomped.
Yeah, he was.
So at this point. So yeah, it's average.
Yeah.
Poor Joey.
Poor Joey. Now, Joey versus Mako, Battle City. I don't really remember this one.
I can't remember it at all.
We're just going to put it in forgettable. And
straight away. I can't. Yeah, move on.
Yeah. Okay. Joey versus Merrick, Battle City final. Okay. I have a rant to go on here.
Go for it.
Joey should have won.
Yes.
He legitimately should have won. In fact, he did win. He did win legitimately. Merrick used the Winged Dragon of Ra's ability. It didn't work against Joey. Joey summoned a monster. He was still able to play only because literally, if Merrick didn't have the Shadow Realm, it would have been like Joey declared the winner.
Yeah, if the Shadow Kingdom, if the Shadow Realm hadn't sucked all of his energy and stuff, yeah, completely agree.
And I think that's one of the biggest screw you moments for Joey's character, because that would have been like a legitimate shock, like not the main character, but like the sidekick is the one to actually beat the main bad guy.
Thing is that then undermines the main bad guy.
But here's the thing that could have happened. They could have still done the whole thing. Joey defeats Merrick. He gets the Winged Dragon of Ra. Then he passes out, so he has to go to hospital. All of that still happens. Like Joey's still legitimately.
Oh, but because he's incapacitated, Merrick wins by default.
No. But because he's incapacitated, they're like, okay, we're gonna give him time to actually recover, and then Merrick goes and takes over Joey's mind.
Oh man, that would have been brilliant.
And then it's like Merrick not only has his good side, but also Joey there as well. So if Merrick wins the show, both of them die.
Yeah, that would have been really good, actually.
Yeah. Like I could see it right now. Okay, Joey's moving up to the platform to face Yugi in the finals, and Kyber's there, just like, I can't believe Wheeler won against Merrick and he's in the final. This is supposed to be my tour. That would have actually really ticked off Kyber even more.
It would have ticked off Kyber, and then if it was the first time that everyone else had seen Joey come back from the hospital, they were like, "Yay, Joey's back! Oh, this is going to be great!" And then he lifts his head, and you see the glowing eye, and
then you see the glowing guy, and then
everyone just bricks it and went, "Oh, that's not Joey."
And then Merrick rises up behind him, takes the Millennium Rod, makes the Shadow Realm, and then throws Joey up to where the good Merrick is.
Yeah, that would have been brilliant.
That would have been brilliant. Really wish it would have done that because again, like I said, Joey should have won.
Yeah, I'd say put that in actually good.
Yeah, I would put that in actually good. And my favorite part of that duel is like when Merrick's like, "Oh, the joke will be on him when my trap destroys all his monsters," and then Joey's like, "Nope, because I'm summoning Jinzo." Yeah. But I would have loved Joey to have used the Winged Dragon of Ra. Like,
I don't think he would have. He couldn't have coped with the power. It would have killed him.
He probably couldn't have coped. But
it would have killed him.
One of the biggest. I just want to read these comments. Duelist's rule. All of its designs are good. Oh, hey, Kyber Co-op. Again, all the designs are cool. I agree that I think my favorite design at the moment is probably the new design from the new Yu-Gi-Oh series, because the series is called Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, and the Duelist is literally in the shape of a 7.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. So, but I do like the Duelist from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Both on the motorcycles and in the actual card, standing on the ground.
Can't get the motorcycles.
There is a reason. They have a reason in the series. It's stupid, but there's still a reason.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Joey versus Odeon.
Right. So, I'm going to take this one because this is one of these ones are some of my favorite ones. So, it was a really, really cool fight. It was because everyone thought he was Merrick, so obviously his deck had to be like top tier. I loved the idea of trap cards actually being monsters, and I have those cards in my Yu-Gi-Oh!
Love those cards as well.
I have those in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Chess deck that I still have, and it was really nice because we don't know this guy, and then through the duel we have the flashback and we have the whole actually he's not a bad guy. He's just completely loyal to his to his to his family, like no matter what. And it's like, oh, he's actually like a really loving character. He's just unfortunately this guy's gone freaking batty, but he's still following him, and he's protecting him even now, and he still believes there's good in him. And then it's like he had a fake winged dragon of Ra, but was still able to summon it. Yeah, it kind of horrendously backfired and knocks him unconscious, and he loses the duel and blah blah blah. But like he was willing to put himself at risk, and obviously he fully understands the concept of these little cards are allowing us to drag interdimensional beings into our realm and shove them into an avatar to battle for us.
Yeah,
and he knows full well that he's just about to do that to a god, and like the most powerful of all three of them, and he's still willing to risk that. And it was such a good fight. In general, I'd go actually good right at the top.
Yeah, I could agree with that. And also, have you seen how psychotic Merrick's father is in the manga?
No, I mean, to be fair, he was a douchebag in the anime.
Oh right. He is borderline insane. Like literally, you know the tattoo that Merrick has on his back.
Yes,
that is literally from his father using a hot knife and stabbing it literally into his back.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not a tattoo; it's a branding, isn't it?
It's a branding.
Yeah, it's dark.
I know, and his father literally does not care about them. He only cares about the traditions. Like, I mean, my child has been born, my son that I've always wanted. Oh, how are you, wife? I'm dying here. I'm gonna put our kids through. I'm gonna force my kids to look at the moon for some reason. Yeah.
He's psycho.
Yeah. Oh, he was insane. Yeah. Like, I've got a tier list of most evil characters. Like, it could be heroes, villains, whatever. The most evil characters. He is on that list to be talked about.
Nah, that's fair.
Yeah. Now, anyway, Joey versus Rex.
Oh, the dinosaur one.
The dinosaur. I just want to know: Did Joey off screen just sort of blab to Kyber about how he got red eyes, and that gave Kyber the inspiration for Battle City? Because that's literally this is pretty much the pre-Battle City duel. Because because Rex is like, oh, we'll give up whatever card we have on the field to the winner, and that's how Joey gets red eyes. So, do you think Joey just blabbed off screen how he got it?
Probably, because Kyber's business intelligent and tactically intelligent, and he's not creative.
Yeah. Like, and I like to think Kaiba was like, that's not a good. That's a pretty good idea. I might use it, but I won't say it was from Joey.
Yeah. I'd say that was an average duel.
Yeah, it was an average.
What I remember,
it was an average duel, and also as well, the duel where Tristan's voice changes basically in the dub.
Did it?
Yeah. It changed from I think the original voice actor for Tristan, who first had it, didn't want to do it anymore, so they gave it to someone else. But that was the episode where it actually changed. You can see if you actually go back and watch, you can see there is a difference between the voices between episodes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but an average duel. Now, this is the one that you were thinking about with Joey versus Weevil.
Yes, I like that duel. I thought that was quite a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one, and of course, there's been many Pokemon memes made about that duel because Joey's sister in the hospital has a boy in there with her, like telling her what's going on, who is voiced by the original woman who voiced Ash. Yeah, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, it had to do a lot of Pokemon jokes when it got to there.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a good one, but I'd say it was average over this battle, to be fair.
I'd say it was average as well.
Yeah. It was good.
Now this one here, I absolutely love this one. Kyber versus Ishizu.
Yes.
Yeah. I just love the absolute trolling moment that Shizu gives Kyber, because he's like, I'm going to wipe out all your monsters with Crush Card Virus, and then I'm going to use Virus Cannon, wipe out all your trap cards, exchange of spirit. Now I have the cards in my graveyard in my deck, and you have the cards in your deck in your graveyard. That means we've only 6 cards.
Oh, that was good. It was a really good one. Plus, it's her confronting him with the whole, no, this is a battle that's been like thousands of years in the making. You're the reincarnation of such and such. Like,
and then
there's magic and mystery going, and he's just ball faced, like in it, just going, nope, none of this is real. I've just had a dodgy meal or something. This is all rubbish.
Apparently, in the original Japanese, I've not watched it, but apparently Kai was more accepting of the magic in there. So it's.
I like the fact that he's still an atheist amongst it all.
Yeah, here's what I think. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge actually gave a reason that I actually like, because they go in one episode that Yugi is Yugi's not destined to save the world, and if she says to Kyber, why? Is it because you don't believe in magic? No, I just don't believe in people who have more power than me and more money than me. I actually like that reason. I actually think that's what he's come for. Like, he's saying, I don't believe in all this magic or anything because it's more powerful than me, and I don't believe in that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense for Kyber. That fits his egotistical nature. Like, Kyber is so egotistical that he will not believe anyone, that he will not accept anyone who's more powerful than him.
Yeah.
Like, as I said before in an old video, he literally built Thunderbird 5 and traveled to the afterlife in Dark Side of Dimensions just to play a card game.
Yeah, the guy's nuts.
Yeah, but in terms of this draw, I love it. I put it in actually good, and I love the outcome of it as well, because Shizu thinks like, oh, I'm going to get Obelisk back because he's going to attack with Obelisk, and then he's like, nope.
Sack it.
I'm gonna summon my blue eyes. This isn't what my necklace This is not what my necklace predicted. Yeah.
Yes.
There's no such thing as destiny.
That's the thing. I freaking love that moment. And she's like, wait, what's happening? It's like, I make my own destiny. And blast her in the freaking face. I love that. I absolutely love that. And it's a case of like, this is my most powerful card. Now I'm going to sack it for a blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, it's an actually good fight. It was so good. To be fair, pretty much all the blimp fights were amazing.
They were definitely the most memorable. The finals of Battle City were the most memorable of in terms of duels, but in terms of actual story, I'd say the Millennium War, the final arc, is the most memorable, just because it focuses on Bakura, and Bakura is my favorite character.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but in terms of like actual straight up Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels, Battle City finals is definitely high up there.
Yep. Well, they have to be. It's the finals.
Yeah, and now Merrick versus Mai.
Again, it's a really good one because it's like,
because the stakes.
He takes a hostage. Yeah, the stakes are crazy high. Yeah,
because it's the duel where if she takes life points, Mai loses a memory of someone.
It's so tragic as well, especially when it comes to losing memories of Joey, and she's like really sad.
And she's like, I can't remember this person that I consider a friend, quote unquote. But it's like, come on, you know you love him at this point.
Yeah, she's just not willing to admit it.
Yeah, just not willing to admit it.
Out of pride.
Yeah. I just want to read these comments quickly. Dark Side Dimensions was the best. It was basically an official Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge movie. Like Kyber in that movie is basically how he acts in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. Yeah. That is how you make a movie, even though it kind of contradicts a few things. The movie kind of messes up a few things because it kind of tries to combine elements from the manga to the with the anime, because in the anime, Bakura gets the Millennium Rod from a merchant, whereas in Dark Side Dimensions he sort of gets it from Shardy and then kills him. And it's like, wait, did that happen in the manga? Yeah. When Kaiba summoned Obelisk, was crazy bonkers.
It was crazy. It was so good.
are we talking about when he did it against the Shizu, or at any point where he does
so,
it?
So the first time he ever summons it, and you fully see the entire thing, is against the Shizu.
No. The Rare Hunters when he tag teams with Yugi. That's on this list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, when he did it, because she was the original holder of it.
Yeah, she was.
But again, because they upped the animation and the sound and everything for these finals, it was freaking intense.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
When the villain said your monster cannot use its effect, and Kyber said it's not. Oh, I think he's talking about the movie. When the villain said your monster cannot use its effect, and Kyber says it's not a monster, it's a god. And it's not a monster, it's a god.
Yeah. Dear me.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, this duel.
Let's go back to it.
Let's go back to it.
Go back to the tier list.
My first is Merrick. I do really love, and I love the fact again. It's like Merrick wins. Merrick wins, and it's like we're not gonna let you do anything to Mai. It's like, are you sure about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
actually good.
Yeah. Actually good. Now. Good Merrick and Bakura versus Dark Merrick.
Right. Okay. This is my all-time favorite duel. It's like one of the only ones I had on. I recorded it on VHS, watching Up on the Roof, and I'd play it on repeat because it's just freaking insane.
I know, and
it's insane.
Also, as well, I've just got to say, back then it was fair. I mean, it's more often done now, but back then it was very rare to see like two of the main villains going at it against each other. You
know that Bakura is a bad guy, but you don't know that he's like a full. You don't know what he's after. He's just kind of like there. He's not like the big bad guy at this point, and then obviously later at this point, and then is. Yeah, but it's a cool seeing two bad guys go against each other, and it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way. It was a really cool, drawn-out fight.
That would have been like an interesting twist if Bakura actually won.
Yes. Yeah, that would have been really good. Thing is, though, it wasn't an official duel, was it?
No, it wasn't. But it was still a shadow. It was still a shadow game.
It was still a shadow game, yes, but it wasn't an official duel in the Duelist Kingdom one. So I don't know how that would have worked because Bakura had lost.
Yeah.
At that point, so if he'd won, he wouldn't have been able to take part in the tournament anymore. But my favorite bit about this whole thing is when Evil Merrick's just like summons the Winged Dragon of Ra, and that's the first time you see it, isn't it? That is the first time you see it.
No. Merrick versus Mai is the first time you see it.
Oh yeah, blast. Yeah, she bricks
this is the first time you see it in its Phoenix mode.
Yes, that was it. So he freaking he summons it, and then he's slowly fading away. It's like, what's happening to your body? It's like, oh, I'm feeding my life points to the Ring Dragon of Ra, and then he's merged with it, and it's like, I've merged with the Ring Dragon of Ra, while the rest of my body waits on the border of the Shadow Realm. This guy's insane. He's on one hit point. There are instant spells in OG Yu-Gi-Oh that could do 500 points of damage.
Exactly.
Like, he has one hit point left, and he's about to rain down absolute pain and fire on this guy, and doesn't care that he could die. It's just so insane because you can only do that when you 100% know you're going to win, and that's the kind of villain he was. It was like, no, I am complete control of this battle. He just freaking it's such a good fight.
Yeah, definitely.
It's such a good fight.
I think you've said that enough for it to go in actually good. But yeah, literally any of the duels with Bakura are just awesome.
They are amazing.
Yeah. Even though there's many jokes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge about Bakura not being a main character, even though he's meant to be the main villain of the series.
The whole main villain, yeah.
Yeah. Now, this one is a duel that I really wish they had done more. That they had done more of. Yugi and Joey versus the Paradox Brothers, Duelist
I
Kingdom.
love that one.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so creative as well. Like just the board combining the board game aspect with the actual card game.
And the whole I like the classic lie, like one of us tells the truth, one of us lies, which door do you have to go through? I always love like little puzzles like that.
Which, if you think about it, Joey was actually right. Was actually right in the end, because he actually did solve that riddle correctly, because they did actually end up going through the door that Joey was actually suggesting they go through. Yeah. But again, I really wish they'd done more. I really wish there were more duels in the, because like the whole thing about the Yu-Gi-Oh series is that the original creator is a fan of board games, like tabletop board games and all of that, and it's just like the card game took over. But like if you've seen Yu-Gi-Oh Season 0 or any of the manga, or if you've read any of the manga before Duelist Kingdom, you'll see that there's all kinds of games, not just Duel Monsters.
Really?
Yeah. That's what it was originally meant to be. It was meant to be like an anthology, sort of like.
Of course, because he's king of games. He's king of every game. King
of every game. So that's why you have in Millennium World, you have sort of like the Millennium World is sort of like a tabletop RPG between the Pharaoh and Bakura.
Man, that took a massive twist of let's just focus on this card game.
Yeah, the card game just sort of took over. But again, I love this, and it's kind of like reminiscent of you remember Duelist of the Roses?
Yes.
The PlayStation 2 game. Like I absolutely adore that game. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Chess. I remember the time when I literally bought. You remember when I made that board game and we actually played that at your place?
Yeah. We came up with the rules together.
We did came up with the rules. Yeah, and it was kind of like a mixture of. Even though there's no jewels on here from that filler season, the virtual world, it was kind of like a mixture between that as well. And I really wish that they should bring out something like that, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Chess board game that's kind of like in the style of Duelist of the Roses.
Well, the thing is, all you need is all you need is a deck. You need a 7x7 board and a D10.
Yeah, and two
D10s,
and a D10, and it's like depending on which turn you're in, the higher the monster you can summon.
Yeah, because you start on 4.
Yeah,
and then every turn, if you haven't used any points on the dice, you up it by 1.
Yeah,
and obviously, say if you wanted to summon a 4-star monster, you rack the dice down to 0.
Yeah, or like say you roll the dice, and that's how many moves you make. But also that's all, like say you rolled a 6. Okay, you can move 6 spaces on the board, and like okay, I want to summon this level 2 monster. Okay, that takes away 2 points. And now you've got 4 points.
Yeah. So what can you do for 4 points?
Yeah, kind of thing. But you can save them for later if you want to some of your high level monsters.
Yeah.
So it could actually work.
It really could. It legit could work as an actual thing.
Yeah, and again, the first seeing of the Gate Guardian, even though the actual Gate Guardian is nothing like this Gate Guardian.
Yeah, I'd say this duel needs to go in creative.
I definitely put in creative because again, you know the Gate Guardian's coming because they build it up throughout the episodes, and then when you actually see it, it's like, how are they going to get past this monster?
They're so good.
Yeah, the only thing that's annoying about it is the fact that the Paradox Brothers talk in rhyme.
Yeah, that was a bit annoying. I don't like it when they do that.
Yeah. Now, these two, Yugi and Kyber, tag team battle on the roof with the Rare Hunters.
Okay, I did like that duel. It was a lot of fun. I do like tag team battles, especially in Yu-Gi-Oh, because it's not initially designed to be a tag team game.
Yeah.
And I know, obviously, it's not following the rules exactly, but it was still quite creative. What I loved was the whole, like, there's because they're standing on the top of a building that is hollow, isn't it? And there's glass.
Yeah.
And if you lose, on your side, a bomb will break the glass and you'll plummet, not to your death, but through a portal to the Shadow Realm.
Mind you, it's not as bad as what happens in 5Ds. All right. So in Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, there's a duel that happens that's similar to what happens in this duel. So it's like you've got one character who's like just dominating another character. They fall out of a window and they plummet to their death, and they get reborn as like a zombie villain type duelist. And that's happens in the original Japanese. In the dub, however, the whole breaking of the glass, that still happens, but for some reason a mysterious purple fog comes in literally out of nowhere. So that's they basically brought it all full circle.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just had to bring that up because I distinctly remember that duel from 5Ds as being like one of the memorable ones, because it's like, okay, this character's dominating this one, and then the other character comes back as a zombie evil duelist, and they're like, oh yeah, I can tell your fortune with these cards. Your fortune is death. And it's like, oh my, where did this freakiness come from?
Oh dear me.
Yeah, for this duel.
I'd go creative again.
Creative,
I think it was very creative and fun. And not just creative from the idea of the dueling and the bomb going off and breaking the glass, but the whole, let's put in a portal to the Shadow Realm to like make it safe for kids.
Yes.
And like the bad guy, I'm pretty sure the bad guy didn't have a parachute, but they gave him a parachute.
I believe he did have a parachute.
Okay, well that makes sense because they're cheaters.
Yeah. So because looking back, that parachute did not look like it was edited in.
Nah, fair enough.
Yeah. Now Yugi versus Arcana.
I freaking love that fight.
The dark energy discs, even though they're clearly buzzsaws.
They're clearly buzzsaws. So I'm assuming in the original it's a case of your legs will get cut off.
Yes, your legs will get cut off. Your legs will get cut off.
What's so freaking intense? And even though it was the whole like, oh yeah, it's a shadow buzzsaw that's gonna suck your soul out and take you to the Shadow Realm.
For some reason,
still really, really intense.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Still a massive looming threat, and you feel it like it's getting closer and closer and closer. It's like, oh crap! And then the guy's cheating because he's got like 3 dark magicians, all of them that have got their edges sanded down, so he knows exactly where they are on the deck.
Yeah, definly. And then of course this is another line from the dub that was put into to the Yu-Gi-Oh bridge. You know, there's an old saying against old rulers and card sharks: always trust your opponent, but only after you've cut their deck.
It was so good.
Yeah,
I loved
and also the first appearance of the Dark Magician Girl.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the first time Yugi uses the Dark Magician Girl.
Oh, Dark Magician Girl.
Yeah.
Creative.
Yeah, and again, it leads into the looming threat at the end, because it's where Merrick takes over his mind, and it's like there's someone in Battle C ready to duel you, Yugi, and he holds an Egyptian god card. So it's like that kind of like builds up over a few episodes, because it's like, you know, that fight's coming up, but you don't know when it's actually going to come up.
Yeah, it's this whole like there is a giant shadow puppet master behind this entire thing, and it's like, okay,
yeah.
So good.
Now this duel, Yugi versus Bakura in Duelist Kingdom, again. This is even though I've been back and looked, this is a duel that's exclusive to the anime.
Oh,
so
is it?
It wasn't in the manga.
Okay. Props to them then.
Props to them. I loved the build up to this moment, because throughout the series you just see Bakura sort of like looming in the shadows in the background, and you're like, okay, what is up with this kid? There's something going on with him, even though he's not a main character. It's like, okay, every time they say that he's gonna be a main character. And again, it the end of that episode where before he actually reveals himself is just so intense because it's like you just have such an ominous feeling with him, and it's like, by the way, there's something I want to show you guys, and especially you, Yugi. And then, boom, I'm the main villain.
Yeah, and it's like, Millennium Ring. Is this the one where he uses the?
This is the one where they actually all get placed in the cards, and this is where they actually find out, like, oh, there's actually two Yugis.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the kicker of this duel, and even though I know it's a filler duel, Bakura could have won here. Because he literally plays just deserts when there's 3 monsters on the field. But if you just wait for Yugi to play the 4th monster, just deserts, I win.
Yeah, he could have won.
Yeah, he could have won. But I just, again, it's one of the ones that I remember the most.
Yeah, I'd say actually good or creative for that one.
I would definitely put it in creative. I wouldn't call it actually good, but it's definitely creative, and it's like it gives us a taste of what's to come with Bakura as a character.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, actually good, this one. Yugi versus Bakura, Battle City Finals. You know how you had Dark Merrick versus Merrick and Bakura as your favorite one? This is my favorite one.
Yeah.
This one. Absolutely love it. I just love, again, the tension of this duel, because it's like you're on Kyber's side here. It's like, summon the god card, summon the god card, summon the god card.
Yeah,
and then
just do it.
And then you have the tension of like the destiny board. It's like, is Bakura actually going to win here because he's got that destiny board, and you just see the letters just climbing up and up and up as well. And again, he takes this duel to the shadow realm, even though it's meant to be hell, basically. But again, and I love the fact that Bakura in this duel, as you can probably see by the life points, he has the upper hand up until Yugi summons the god card. Yeah, but after that, but before that, Bakura actually was dominating most of that duel.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, he's a huge threat.
Yeah, he's a huge threat. Like, you don't mess with Bakura. No. And I've just got to say one thing. Somebody put on Twitter, like, when the presidential election was happening, they actually put they actually had Donald Trump's face on Bakura and Joe Biden's face on Yugi when he was going, I sacrifice Dark Magician Gold, Gammon the Maggot Warrior, and Big Shield Guard to summon the almighty Slifer the Sky Dragon, and Slifer was Pennsylvania. So yes. I just had to say that. But that's brilliant. And again, just the build up to Slifer being summoned by Yugi.
That was good.
And then Joey and everyone's up to the side. They're like, Joey, what is that? The biggest duel monster I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, because Joey's gonna know exactly what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, actually good. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh duel from the original series, hands down.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Now, Bakura versus Bones.
I can't remember it.
I can't remember. The only thing I remember about it is the way Bakura actually wins by literally sending them to hell.
Oh, was it? It was him. It was Bones and the other guys as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was when it was like, we're gonna do a winner takes all card game.
Yes, and he freaking trounces them and just strolls out at the end.
Yeah, like a boss.
Yeah. See, now I remembered it, and now I'm like, average? It was all right, because isn't that Battle City?
That is Battle City.
It is Battle City.
Yeah, I just want to say, Slifer is my favorite. Out of the god cards, because if we're going about actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'd say Stardust Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh 5. This is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card. The main card of Yusei. So I really like that card.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, but in terms of the god cards, I have to say I do agree. Like, Slifer is probably my favorite.
It's arguably, but I mean, in game, it's arguably the most powerful.
arguably in game, but yet, this is Yu-Gi-Oh's universe we're talking about here, and Kyber just likes to get the one up on his enemies. So in GX, I'm going to name the highest storm my god card, and the lowest storm Yugi's. Which, if you think, which is funny because if Joey had actually won against Merrick, Ra would be the lowest.
Yeah,
because he hates Joey more than Yugi.
Yeah.
But yeah, this duel, I'd say average. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, this one, just flat out ridiculous. I'm going to say Ghost Kyber.
Oh, it turns out to be the
evil side of it that was sent to the Shadow Realm that was brought back thanks to Pegasus.
Is this the one where he wins with Karibo? No, he doesn't win with Karibo, does he?
He doesn't win with Karibo.
That's against actual Kyber.
Yeah, this is the one where we've got that one on here. The Kyber plays the suicide card one.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one is when Kyber helps Yugi win by basically uploading a virus into the hologram of the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, it's just far ridiculous. It's just stupid.
Yeah,
it's just stupid. It's just stupid.
But this one, Yugi versus Joey, with where they had the anchor pulls them. That wasn't a shadow game.
Oh yeah, that was intense.
That was really intense.
Was it
because Joey was under Merrick's control here, and again, this is why I'm saying that this could have been like a precursor to if Joey had actually won against Merrick, and it's just like this could have given flashbacks to Yugi from that duel.
Yeah. Wasn't Taya tied to the anchor?
Taya was tied to a chair and was going to have something dropped on her if Kyber moved.
That was it.
Yeah,
it was a really intense duel.
It was an intense duel, and it like showcased Joey's will. Like his bond with Yugi was stronger than any magic because he literally broke through it thanks to Yugi's friendship. Thanks to the power of friendship.
Power of friendship, yeah.
But this is the only time where I'll let that slide because, unlike in other series, it doesn't happen all that much in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, no, it was like really rare.
It was really rare. Yeah. I mean, this time, and I think one time in Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, but then that's everyone. That's the bonds of everyone coming together, rather than just the power of friendship.
Yeah, that was fair.
Yeah, but this one, because of the fact that it's not a shadow game and the fact that one of them could actually die, legitimately, even in the 4-Kids dub.
Yeah, that's true.
The 4-Kids dub of all things.
Yeah. Actually good.
Actually good. And you don't even know. And you actually don't see the ending coming because it's like, oh my god, like Serenity's actually going to save her brother.
So intense.
It was so intense. Just like with this one coming up here, Joey versus Yugi Duelist Kingdom Finals.
I can't remember it.
I love this one. I love this one because it's like it's something that you kind of have on the back burner for a while, and then when it actually comes to that point, it's like you want both of them to win at Duelist Kingdom, but it's like what's more important? Like, because they both have legitimate stakes at hand there. Yugi wants to save his grandfather's soul. Joey wants to get the money to save Serenity's eyesight. So it's kind of like, what's more important, saving your grandfather or saving your sister's sight, basically?
But you could have both, which is what happens.
Is what happens. But I love this duel for the fact because it shows just how far Joey's come. Because legitimately, had Yugi not done if Dark Sage had not existed, Joey would have won that duel. Again, it's showcasing just how far Joey has come because most of these duels, if one element didn't happen, he would have won these duels fair and square.
That's the same for any game, though. Like, if I didn't draw this card.
Well, no. I'm gonna say it's more apparent in the actual Yu-Gi-Oh series because Joey was gonna win, and then it's like, oh, I have this card that nobody knew about before that just came out of nowhere just to win because they wanted Yugi to win against Joey, even though by all accounts Joey should have won that duel again.
Is there? This is a bit of a side, but like, has anyone actually sat down and calculated what cards are in Yugi's deck? Like, because I know he changes things between each battle, which you probably really shouldn't be allowed to do in a tournament. But like,
well, here's the thing.
Every time there's usually the odd card that's never been drawn before.
Yeah.
Like, here's Blackluster Soldier, never seen again.
Never seen again. No, I don't think there is like a legitimate thing for Yugi's deck that's been shown, and pretty much with Joey's. I think the only reason why Joey did not win against Merrick is as well because they wanted Yugi versus Merrick, but also I think they didn't want Joey to have the winged dragon of Ra because that's kind of like Kaiba's thing with dragons. Whereas his deck, I would say Joey's deck is, they say it's luck based, but I would say it was more machine based, machine Beast Warrior based, if anything, because he had Shinzo, he had like
they all had themes. They all had regular cards that came up.
Yeah, if Joey didn't have the Swordsman of Landstar cards in his deck, he probably would have been a better duelist.
So, like, this is the thing. So every deck, every game, there are the standard cards that are always brought out. Like Yugi always has Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl,
the King's Knight, Queen's Knight, Jack's Knight. He has that regular.
How many? Yeah, okay, he has that one. Karibo,
the Magnet Warriors. He always has that.
Warriors, Swords of Revealing Light.
Yeah, I would say those are his most iconic ones.
So you've got those ones.
No, Merrick, the Flying Mythical Beast. That's like his most iconic fusion monster.
Yeah. So then obviously you'd have fusion, Pot of Greed.
But what does it do?
But I don't know. It's too complicated.
Yeah.
Obviously Slifer, but you could probably ignore that because like you're looking at his base power level deck before he got Slifer. And then
I think that's it.
I mean, yeah, but but then so those are the regular ones. And then he's obviously got a few regular spells like that magician's hat one.
Yeah, the magical hats.
Yeah, magical hats, and he's got a few one of those that are regular, and then everything else is basically a win con.
Yeah.
So you could feasibly put his deck together like an actual deck of this is Yugi's deck. Feasibly, but it probably wouldn't actually work.
It wouldn't work. It really wouldn't work because statistically, somebody has actually been through it, and statistically, Yugi has the worst win-loss record out of all the main protagonists.
Really?
Really, like someone has legitimately gone through it, and he has the worst.
How so? Like, because he wins every duel.
Nope. He's actually lost 4 times.
Who did he lose to?
Pegasus in episode 2. He lost to that. He lost to Kyber because Kyber played the suicide card. Yugi, like the little kid, he surrendered against Rebecca Hawkins, so he technically lost that one. And Raphael in the filler arc.
Oh, don't count filler arcs.
We have to. I am counting the filler arc. So
why?
Why? Okay, scratch that. And lost to himself at the end of the series because he was technically fighting himself.
I mean, no. He was fighting... No! They're 2 separate entities. They're 2 separate entities.
Well, apparently
still 3 losses.
Well, apparently not according to that. Well, I think it's because of the fact that there's more episodes... in the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, so that kind of like adds on top of it as well. Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh GX only has 180 and the rest have less than 160.
Okay. I mean, surely if you're just calculating win ratios, you literally just have a tally of he won that one, he lost that one, he won that one, he lost that one.
Yeah, but apparently that's according to people that have done extensive research and concluded that he does have the worst win-loss record.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, but it's which is actually kind of funny because they're like, "Oh, Yugi is Yugi is the undisputed king of games, even though he's not really that good of a duelist nowadays.
What about who's got the best win to loss ratio then?
Yusei's got the best win to loss ratio because he legitimately did not lose a single duel on screen at all.
Okay,
throughout 5Ds. I mean, he was close to it, but the ending was interrupted. But he was close on a couple of occasions, but it was never an official loss.
Fair enough. Fair enough. He is the true king of games.
Yeah, you say he is.
Oh well.
Anyway, going back to this show, I would definitely put it in. Oh, do I put it in actually good? Do I think it? I don't think it's on par with the actually good. So
no, it wasn't. There wasn't any creative plays.
I don't. It wasn't so bad. It was funny because it was serious. So I definitely put it average.
I would have put so bad. It's funny underneath average and below average.
Okay, I can do that. Let me just.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Let me just. There we go.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely put it average.
And I'd up flat out ridiculous because flat out ridiculous is above meh because it's funny.
There we go. There we go. That's more like it. Now, this is an iconic duel. Yugi versus Kyber, Duelist Coliseum, Battle City Finals. The longest duel in the original Yu-Gi-Oh series.
That was so good.
6 episodes. Six episodes, that is.
It was so good though.
It was so good, and the highlight for it was just like the episode where it's just Slifer versus Obelisk, and they're literally just going out. They're not giving either of them a heads up, and it's like, and Rex pretty much summed it up. This could take all day, and it did. It took the entire episode. I'd say actually good for that. It was really good fight. Yeah, and I loved the ending as well of the duel, because it's like Kyber is getting so worked up with power that he's not realizing that he literally should, if he was just like because Yugi had a card where he was like, he was going to boost Paladin's attack power, and then Kyber was like, I'm going to use Absorb spell. If he had just saved the Absorb spell for when diffusion happened, Kyber would have won, but he was getting so worked up about winning at that point that he really wasn't paying attention.
Well, that's the thing, is that you don't know what's coming, you don't know what your enemy has, so of course hindsight is like, oh man, if I just held on to that one more time.
I know, but
so you can't really hold that against him.
I can't, but I'm going to it. I'm going to anyway, because he needs to be brought down a peg from his arrogance. And I loved the ending of like him going, I will not be defeated at my own tournament, Kyber. You're too late. Like, it was just such a good ending, that duel.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much one of the most iconic duels.
Yeah.
And also another one that's not as iconic for how good it is, just iconic for how flat out ridiculous it becomes. Yugi versus Kyber, Duelist Kingdom, when they're on the roof.
And he wins with Karibo.
He wins with Karibo and Mammoth Graveyard, causing Blue Eye's Ultimate Dragon to decay from the inside out.
Yeah,
how are you doing that? It's called cheating. Deal with it. I'd rather die.
It was, flat out ridiculous. It's just freaking stupid.
Yeah, the only thing that keeps it being memorable is just the way, again, like with Gate Guardian, Blue Eye's Ultimate Dragon gets built up.
Seeing Blue Eye's Ultimate Dragon is freaking awesome. And then just the fact, like, well, I've got Karibo, and Yu-Gi-Oh was like really on the ropes, and then he just freaking pulls it back.
Yeah,
and it's so good, just infinite Karibos.
Yeah, even though that's not how multiply works.
Oh, is it not?
No, it just literally summons Karibo tokens in the monster zones.
Oh, of course, because you can only have 5 monsters.
You can only have 5 monsters.
Yeah, so you can't have infinite. This is Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, so it's just flat out ridiculous. But again, it's one of the ones that pretty much. Here's the thing. I remember it going up to when Blue Eyes Homo Dragon was summoned, and this was when it was up on the roof. I don't remember the ending to the duel until I saw it years later. I was like, that's how it ended.
Mm.
But yeah, it's still I'd say one of the more memorable ones.
Mm.
Now, Yugi versus and also as well, because this leads right into Yugi versus Maya. It's like where Yugi actually becomes scared of the Pharaoh, because the Pharaoh's like, I'm not gonna back down, and Teia's like, Yugi, what's going on? This isn't like you. And then he actually becomes scared. He actually develops PTSD because of what the Pharaoh is capable of.
Was that the one where it's like, I draw a card, you take damage? Oh no, wait, that was another duel.
That was another duel.
Why isn't that on here? Because that was intense.
I draw a card, you take damage.
I
can't remember what that one was.
He's against Weevil, and Weevil's like,
that's the filler arc, the Waking the Dragons, where Yugi's going Monster Cardo.
Yes, he's constantly. Yeah, that's it. He's constantly like, it's a monster card. This deals damage to you. Oh look, it's a monster card. This deals damage to you, and he was just freaking like
going
pounding
insane.
Weevil. Yeah,
going insane.
The dirt.
I just want to read these comments quickly because I've been slacking on them. It's not himself. It's a Tem versus Yugi.
It's two people.
Yeah, technically you're right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, there is a boy. Fair enough. Exactly.
But apparently,
thank you, Blazing Boy.
But apparently, Blazing Boy, Yugi has the worst win-loss record. That's according to what other people have said. And Songetsu Black, I'm sorry you missed this, because I really wanted to get him in here as well to talk about the duels as well. But sorry you missed it, man. The card game technically didn't exist yet, so
no, that's fair.
No, it didn't in Duelist Kingdom, so they were just making it up as it goes. But Yugi develops PTSD for the Pharaoh at this point, and he's scared of him. So scared that when it comes to Yugi versus Mai, he's holding him back.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like they're not in sync at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
this is a good fight.
Yeah, this one I would definitely put it below average, but it's still a really good fight, because it's like you honestly don't know if they're actually going to get in sync here, and it's the first and for what I can remember, the only appearance of the Black Luster Soldier.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, I think we get Mai's like why she wants the money at this point, because she wants to just spend it all.
Yeah, it's just greed.
Yeah, it's just greed, which kind of holds back Mai as a character.
Yeah. I mean, money is a completely legitimate motive.
Yeah, but it was just money. Like no other particular reason. Like Joey wanted the money, but he had a legitimate reason for it.
I mean, she has a legitimate reason. She just wants to spend it and live happy.
Yeah, but in the world of anime, that's not going to be enough. You have to have a noble goal if you want to be filthy rich.
Yeah, that's fair. Or an asshole.
Yeah. Now we get on to this duel: Yugi versus Merrick. Battle City Finals. The final duel of Battle City.
That was good.
That was a really good one. And
I mean, it's got to be. It's the final.
It's the final battle.
The final battle.
And again, very unique victory because of the fact that Merrick somehow, I don't know how, swapped with his dark self.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to surrender. And then goodbye, evil self. Yeah.
Ooh, it's the one who good Merrick needed to defeat his evil self, so he gets redemption and character development.
Yeah, and also Odeon is the one who actually comes in and saves him in the end.
Yeah, exactly. So it's that needed to happen from a narrative point of view.
Yeah, and going back to what I was saying about if it was Yugi versus Joey taken over by Merrick's mind, if that had happened, they would have to work out a way for Yugi to actually stop the Winged Dragon of Ra, because it was only Kyber's Fiend Sanctuary that actually helped him out. Because he legitimately says if Kyber hadn't have given him that, he would have lost the match.
Yeah.
So that's the only nip in that what if scenario.
Yeah.
But again, I love the ending of that duel where it's like Yugi plays the Ragnarok card and it's just all his monsters taking down the Winged Dragon of Ra. And then I just love the moment where it's like you got Slifer wrapped around Ra, Obelisk is going middle, and then you just see Karibo there, giving the directions, going, lift him up.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, actually good. And only 4 more to go. And we've done quite well on this one. Gone through it quite quickly, actually, which will probably something that I can't say for when we do One Piece.
Well, I'm gonna select some choice fights for that.
Which wait. I think what we should do is wait until the fight in the manga is concluded. The current fight between are you caught up on the manga?
Yeah.
Between the five of them and Kaido and Big Mom. I think we should wait.
I was gonna kind of keep it focused and limited to pre-time skip anime only.
Oh, pre-time skip anime only. Okay.
There's so many fights, man. There's so many fights.
Okay. But I'm just gonna say if Luffy vs. Karakuri was on that list, that would definitely go in God tier, because that is probably one of the most better fights. So, because I feel like that's one of the fights that is like. I'm trying to think, is that the longest fight in One Piece?
So the longest fight is the I don't. Yes,
like
that's
in terms of chapter length. So like just straight up one after the other.
Yeah, I think that's the longest fight. The longest arc is Doflamingo.
Dressrosa. Although
it's about to be overtaken by Wano.
I feel like when going off on a little bit of a tangent, when do you think Wano's going to end? Like, what chapter?
I think we've got another 10 to 12 chapters of fighting left.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, it's going to be insane, because they're going up against 2 Yonko. It's the biggest, and this is the biggest fight.
Yeah, and it's the fight. And it's the fight where after this one, Luffy's going to be recognized as an official Yonko.
Yeah, and then you'll have the wind down afterwards, which is going to be like 3 or 4 chapters. So I think we've got 15 chapters left.
Okay, I can see that.
Which it's not weekly anymore; it's bi-weekly now, isn't it? Or is it weekly still?
Well, it's weekly for 3 weeks, and then he takes a break.
Yeah, so
about another 4 months, I'd say.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably. Anyway, let's get back to this. Let's get back to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah,
a child's card game.
A child's card game. So we'll go back from one 4Kids property to another 4Kids property. We're on the final 4, and we're gonna be doing Yugi versus Panic, aka the guy who was voiced by the guy who did Sanji in the 4Kids dub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the same guy. Apparently, he has a bar in New York City now. So I'd love to. David Moon. So I'm like, I'd love to go and visit his bar just to ask him about these voice words. Like, why that accent for Sanji, and why did you make a voice that terrified small children with panic?
That's fair.
But this duel, I remember so well.
Really? Because I can't remember it at all.
It's the one where you have Panic. This is the one that takes place after Yugi versus Bakura in Duelist Kingdom, and you just hear Mai screaming, and then she's like, my harpies, they're all gone. I think you mean eliminated. Like, he just has that gruff voice, and all the monsters are in the dark, and Yugi undoes the dark with the swords of revealing light?
No, I really can't remember it at all.
You really can't remember? Okay,
No, not at all.
the fire. Like he had Yugi in chains, and he had fire, you remember now?
There were chains on his legs.
There were chains on his legs, and he had flamethrowers.
What are the flamethrowers going to do? They were going to burn him if his hit points dropped to 0.
They were going to burn him if Panic saw fit, because he was insulting Panic all the time.
Really.
Okay,
vague.
Castle of Dark Illusions.
No.
No, you're not remembering it. Okay.
Nah, not at all.
Okay, I remember it just for how ridiculous it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
flat out ridiculous it is.
Flat out ridiculous. We got any more comments? So I guess about 50 is a good number. Yeah. I think we're agreed on that. A children's card game with no children playing it. Well, technically they are children. Technically, someone gets it. They are children because they're not 18.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Everyone in it apart from Pegasus and actually, how old is Merrick?
Let me check. Let me just check quickly.
Because I mean, they're all.
How old is Merrick Yu-Gi-Oh?
Merrick Ishtar.
He's 16 years old.
So yeah, they're all kids. They're all teenagers.
Actually, how old is Kyber?
18.
18. Okay, so Kyber is the only one out. Kyber is the only one out of them that can qualify. That can qualify for that. And just bear with me 1 second. Yugi versus Pegasus. Can you talk about this quickly while I let my cat out of my room?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, you said. Just
the final one. Okay, cool.
1 second.
Cool. I'm just going to quickly go with Zengentetsu's in real life comment. You are completely right. It is not really played by kids. Actually, no. Sorry, you're not right. You're wrong. In the comic book shop that I used to work out before it closed down, all of the Yu-Gi-Oh kids, we always referred to them as the Yu-Gi-Oh kids because there was like 1 or 2 adults and all the rest of them were under the age of 16, and not a single one of them ever used a bar of soap.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad. All of the Yu-Gi-Oh players just freaking stank.
Oh,
they all went up. They went upstairs. It was an old building, so that none of the windows could open, and they'd be in there for hours, and then they'd leave before it was Friday Night Magic. And all the Magic players, all of whom were adults, literally every single one of them was over the age of 18. They'd go upstairs, and literally you'd get halfway up the stairs, and you'd be hit by this wall of skank, and they'd have to run around and empty like 2 spray cans of deodorant to get rid of this smelly teenage smell. It was disgusting.
This was the it was Simon's shop, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hide and Geek.
Yeah, Hide and Geek. I missed that.
Yeah, it was good fun. Yu-Gi-Oh! In Worcester, at least, is mostly played by young children who don't wash.
Yeah. I think it's gone to the point now where they actually have to make that a rule, like you have to wash before coming.
Yes, I saw that. That's official. That is official.
Yeah, like you have to have a wash before coming to tournaments now because it's gotten so bad.
I can't believe that's become a thing that it's got into the official rules. But anyway, we digress.
Yeah.
Back to the anime.
Back to this. So, Yugi versus Pegasus, Duelist Kingdom final.
Right. Absolutely freaking fantastic. I love Pegasus as a villain. My all-time favorite card is Relinquished. I just think the general concept of it is fantastic. And I love how when they made it an actual card and the game did exist, it did exactly what it did in the anime, where it's like, I'm going to take one of your monsters, hit me in the face, I dare you. And then it's like, oh, you take the damage too. Haha, screw you. It was so easy to summon as well. And it completely screws over everyone. And then it's like, oh, also, 1,000 Eyes Restrict.
Oh, my God. As Pegasus goes, he's quite a looker, eh? And he was.
It's so good. That is possibly my second most favourite fight after the Bakura and Merrick one.
Yeah. I'd say I have to agree with that. because it's legitimately the one where you don't know how Yugi's going to get out of this one.
Yeah, and it's super creative because it's like if we swap minds, he like back and forth between Yugi and Yami, he can't read our thoughts, but that's going to kill Yugi. So
Yes.
there's he's going to win because he's the main character, but it's a case of like Yugi's like there's an actual risk of death even in the 4Kids dub. Like Yugi could have died.
Yeah, or as Yami said in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, you can't die. If you did, 4Kids would have censored it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That was an actually good battle.
Yeah, it was an actually good battle, and I remember as like an autistic 12 to 14-year-old reenacting the moment where Yuki goes, "Attack magician with Chaos Scepter Blast!"
Mm. That's also a thing that all the Yu-Gi-Oh kids did. They all shouted out the attack names that they knew off by heart.
Yeah, and again, I love the fact that it's another way where the power of friendship comes into play at the end, but it's not like the dominating factor.
No, it doesn't help him win, but it gives him the strength to keep going, and that's more the friendship of magic than now I can Deus Ex Machina my way out of this.
Yeah. Because again, it legitimately, it was quite tense when Thousand Eyes Restricts came out.
It really freaking was. I have those cards. I freaking love those cards. Like I don't even play Yu-Gi-Oh and I've still got it. So yeah, actually good.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, Yugi versus the Rare Hunter, the one with the Exodia, where he's trying to win back
the fake Exodia.
Where he's trying to win back Joey's red eyes.
I like that because it was really a real personal fight, and I liked how the guy was like, "I've got multiple copies of Exodia, man, I'm gonna win," and then still loses.
Then still loses because he gets talked into playing Exodia's head.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah,
I think creative for that one.
I put it in creative for that one, and again, it's the like proper introduction to like Merrick as the villain, and also as well, it's really intense because you don't know if he's actually going to draw the cards, and it's like, Light Force Sword, even though it's a trap card, I'm going to use it as a spell card.
Yeah, inconsistencies.
But I think it's because Light Force Sword is a spell card in the Japanese. It's not a trap card, so that's why. But they've forgotten to actually change that over. Okay. So yeah, creative because again, it's another intense duel, just like this one. Yugi versus Strings or the Mime. That was the one where it's like after Arcana, it's like, and he holds an Egyptian god card. It's like the guy he faces that has the Egyptian god card.
Oh, that has Slifer.
Oh yeah. Because again, this duel is built up quite a bit over the episodes that's leading up to it. Because you just see the Mime just like watching them, and you don't know when he's gonna come out.
Strings was his name.
Yeah, that was his name, Strings. Get it? Because he's a puppet.
Because he's a puppet.
Yeah.
That's so clever.
It's actually such a clever way, even though it makes absolutely zero sense with brain control taking over Revival Jam. But it's like, I think it's the only duel in the actual Yu-Gi-Oh series, as far as I remember, where a main character has made a villain, has won a duel by decking out.
Yeah. He wins by decking out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I remember now because it was also it wasn't the first time you have someone under Merrick's mind control because the first one was Bandit Keith, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bandit Keith, yeah.
Yeah. But I liked how it's Merrick. It's also kind of okay from a villain point of view. It's like kind of stupid. Because, like, he had 2 god cards.
Yes.
He only needs to get 1. Why on earth would you risk giving it to an opponent when you could just keep 2 of them and insanely up the power of your deck?
Yes.
And then just wreck your opponent. It's like, obviously, Yugi needs to get it, and that's how it comes into it, blah, blah, blah. But, like, yeah, from an out-of-character thinking, actually, this is stupid. Shouldn't have done that. But that was actually quite. I think that was definitely a creative one.
Definitely a creative one.
It was like, oh, there are god cards. Oh, there's something bigger going on here. Oh, what's happening?
Yeah, and with that, that's the end of the tier list.
Yes,
I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. Again,
that's a good curve.
That is a good curve, and didn't take us too long to get through it.
Is it because we're massive Yu-Gi-Oh fanboys?
I think it's because we're massive Yu-Gi-Oh fanboys, and we can remember pretty much the majority of it.
The One Piece one is probably going to take us half an hour then.
Oh, right. Well, I don't know. It probably might take longer. I mean, if we could get a couple more people in to talk about One Piece, that'll be kind of cool. But we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for listening, and thank you for joining me once again, Sid. And we shall. I loved this. Trash taste, JK. I loved this stream. This tier list sucks. Yeah, Blazing Boy, I've heard it all because the My Hero Academia list, somebody came onto it and said, I should stop YouTube, this tier list sucks. And my response to that was, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting here. It's like, if you want me to quit, don't put comments asking me to quit, because that's basically saying, wow, I've done this well enough for you to comment.
To be fair, he's joking and he loves this stream.
I know, but that was someone that legitimately put that on My Hero list.
A lot of people are trolls, though. You've got to ignore them.
I know. But anyway, hopefully at some point we'll be doing the One Piece stream. When that will be, who knows? But we'll sort that out when we sort that out. But for now, we will see you later.
Bye, everyone.